Gotham Knights, the new game announced by Warner Brothers Games Montreal, the follow-up to their Arkham Origins. My personal favorite game from the Arkham series is Arkham Origins, and I've been waiting a long time to see what Warner Brothers Montreal was going to do. And last week at DC Fandom, they finally announced we're releasing Gotham Knights 2021. You're going to be able to play as all the Robins, but Batman's dead, and this isn't connected to the Arkhamverse. So what we're going to do today is actually go through some of the designs from the Arkham series and the designs for the characters in this game and see if we can connect the Arkham designs to this game. Maybe we can find some proof or that this is or is not part of the Arkham universe, because I don't trust the developers at all. Developers lie, and they want to catch us off guard as much as they can. I remember when Arkham Knight came out and they said Arkham Knight is not Jason Todd. It's not a character you know before. It's a completely new character. And then 20 hours into the game, or whatever time it was into the game, you find out that Red Hood really is the Arkham Knight. And so I'm not trusting Warner Bros. Montreal. I think that they're lying a lot, and I think that this might have more ties to the Arkham universe than they're letting on. Before we get into the designs of the characters, there's a couple important things that I want to bring up about the game. This game is going to have a lot of RPG elements. It looks like we're going to be able to customize our own costumes, maybe even our own fighting style. This game is going to have a vehicle a lot like the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, but I think they learned their lesson, and it's going to be for travel more than a fighting mechanic. Maybe there might be some kind of missiles or something on there for fighting, but I hope that they tone it down, because Arkham Knight's vehicle mechanic was annoying. It was way too much. The first character design we're going to look into is Jim Gordon. Throughout the trailer, we get to see a picture of Barbara and Jim. The trailer says that Jim has also passed away, just like Batman. I think that's a lot more likely than Batman passing away, but also, so here's the picture, and you can see that he's actually a lot younger and more healthy than what he looks like in Arkham. He looks a lot older in Arkham, especially from the first game and the last game. The first game, he doesn't look good at all, but the last game, he looks pretty decent. I don't think this gives us a lot of evidence to if this is a part of the Arkhamverse or not, so let's just move on to Bruce Wayne. We only get to see Bruce Wayne for a couple of seconds. We never get to see him with the cowl on, so we can't pinpoint if it's the Batman cowl from Arkham, but there are several other pictures from Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and he actually looks a lot like the other versions of Bruce from other games. Okay, let's move on to the main four characters. The first one we're going to look at is Robin. This Robin looks a lot younger from the Arkham series, but I have a theory that if this takes place a couple of years after Arkham Knight, that this might be Damian Wayne, and that's why he'd be so much younger. Maybe Tim's out doing something else. At the end of Arkham, Tim and Barbara get married. Maybe he stay-at-home dad, so Barbara can go back out into the field. But I would really like this to be Damian Wayne more than Tim. We've already seen Tim, we've seen Dick, we've seen Jason. We have not seen Damian. And speaking about Jason, Red Hood is going to be one of the other main characters. I'm really excited about this. The only time you get to play with him is through the side missions and time trials in Arkham Knight. It's like in the 80s, they killed him. He's been dead, I think he was dead for like close to 20 years, and then came out back after Under the Red Hood, which is a phenomenal book, phenomenal movie. I definitely recommend it. And this Red Hood looks a lot different from the Red Hood in the Arkham series. I don't know if we can connect the Arkham Red Hood to this Red Hood, specifically because the Arkham Knight, Jason Todd, had a J on his face that the Joker branded into him, and this one, he has a scar going from his eye down to his mouth. Bruce is a billionaire. He knows a lot of plastic surgeons, so maybe he got some surgery and then he got another scar. Who really knows? But I really do like the look of this Jason. Now we get to talk about my all-time favorite Robin, favorite hero, period, Dick Grayson, slash Nightwing, the original Robin, the original Boy Wonder. I have always loved Robin, and I love the version of Dick Grayson more than Tim Drake, Damian. I love all the Robins, but Nightwing is my favorite of all time. And this Nightwing is, again, he's very lean compared to what the Arkham games were, but he doesn't look bad. I think he actually looks better than the emo Nightwing we got in the Arkham games. But again, I don't think this gives us enough information to determine if this is connected to the Arkhamverse or not. We also got to take in consideration that we are going to be able to have multiple costumes from what it looks like. So who knows? Who knows how many costumes that they can have, how many costumes that we'll be able to unlock. Maybe we'll be able to unlock the Arkham game costumes. I'm not sure right now, but from the way Nightwing looks, there's not enough information to determine if the Arkham games are connected to the Gotham Knights. Now, last but definitely not least, we're going to be talking about Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. I love this costume. I love the more purple, the more golds from the black that was in Arkham Knight. This costume looks really good. But she doesn't look like the Babs from the Arkham games. She doesn't look like the Batgirl costume from the Arkham games. That said, there are several little key things that I heard in the gameplay video. You can find the gameplay video. It's like 7 minutes. Robin and Batgirl infiltrate Mr. Freeze mission, and while you're listening to the director of the game talk, he says that she brings in some known things, some known fighting skills. And then we see her do what looks like the Bat Swarm from the Arkham, I think it's Arkham City. And that's very interesting that she would have these moves. Of course, like, how many moves can she have? Like, oh, calling in bats. It's not that uncommon for Batman. But for him to say that she's going to have moves that are known to the player, that gives me hope that this game is connected. That's obviously just a small positive thing that might be connected to the game and the Arkham universe, but the way she looks, again, we're not going to be able to determine if she is a part of, or if this game is a part of the Arkham universe. I really, really hope that this game is a part of the Arkham universe. I love the Arkham games. I hope that this is just maybe a couple of years later, that this might be connected, but like a fresh start. There's no way I believe that Batman's dead, for sure. I do believe that Jim Gordon is dead, and I hope that that is Damian Wayne. I hope that they are, you know what, this is 10 years after Arkham Knight, Bruce Wayne is back in the city, and he's doing fine, and then he gets into some accident. He's quote-unquote dead. But that's just my take on the game. What do you guys think? Do you think that this might be possibly connected to the Arkham universe? Do you hope that it's not connected to the Arkham universe? Do you have any hopes for villains that could be in the game? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you everyone for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And if you have one, please find us on Facebook and Instagram. We're constantly posting all the nerdy news, trailers, having conversations, everything that your nerdy heart desires. So please, for all your nerd needs, check out Super Nerd Friends.